We're storing something pretty big today, boys. Alright, hey guys, welcome back to Tyler's Tech World, and as you can see, we have some Mac to restore today. This is a original 1,1 Mac Pro. The guy I got it from says that it does not work. When you turn it on, he says the fans just spin and you don't get any startup bong noise or whatever you want to call it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to diagnose it and hopefully fix it. But first, we need to take it out of the box in order to do that. So, this thing weighs like at least 50 pounds in the box. Down we go, boyo. Sorry if this is out of frame. It's the only spot big enough in my set that I have to take stuff out. Now this thing is, to my knowledge, 100% complete in box. And in fairly good condition as well. It also even came with the original sleeving to go over the Mac when it's in the box. And all the styrofoam and everything is still in there. And I'm just going to put this back in the box. Now in this top piece, we have, of course, the Design by Apple in California thing, where you show that to you guys. Just slide it out like that, and you have all your stuff. Now let's see what we got in here. We of course have the Apple stickers. We have the original Mac OS. I want to say there may be 10 point or 10.4 Tiger for when this came out. Let me check. I was actually right. Yep, it's Mac OS 10.4.10 for this machine. Then we have our user's guide, our software license agreement, and our 1-year warranty. Then we just have just insert in this little box, nothing too important. Okay, let's put everything back. Now I have off camera taken this out of the box and made sure that the claims are true of what the guy said. It turned out it was a bad motherboard with a combination of another problem that we're going to diagnose in this video. But I did replace the motherboard because before, even with both the RAM cards taken out, it would still recognize or still not have the little, let me turn it around. It would still say, or it's supposed to have the little indicator LED flash 3 times if you have a bad RAM stick or RAM card. So it wasn't even doing that, and after I replaced the board, it was flashing. So it's either a suspected bad RAM stick or RAM card, which, if that's the case, I have it all right here. I have a replacement RAM card and RAM sticks as well. I also have in here that I placed, I also bought 6 2GB RAM DIMMs for this thing. So that's a total of 12 gigabytes of RAM. And it also has a stock 1 gig. So we're going to have 13 gigs of RAM because the sticks on that RAM board are 2 512 meg sticks as well. I have some screws in here for the hard drives that we're going to put in because it also does not have any hard drives. Now here's the keyboard. This thing's already fairly clean, doesn't need to be restored that much. It's your standard Apple keyboard at the time with 2 USB ports on that side. Then here we have our Apple mouse, single click. And then our original power cord. That's really all for this. That's really all for this part of this. So I'm gonna put this back up on top. And we're gonna close up the box right now. Let's get diagnosing, I guess, eh, buddy? Okay, actually, I do need that power cord. Okay, so now we're going to do the diagnostic part of the video. And I did change the camera angle, and I'm now not wearing my lav mic, so the audio might sound a little bit distant at times. Just as a warning. Now, the first thing we're going to do is just plug it in and see what it does. Okay. Now let's just wait and see. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. Ooh. But those two lights on the graphics card right there are staying lit. I'm almost positive that that's not supposed to happen. So now what we are going to do is I'm not going to trip over my tripod, and my power button doesn't let me turn it off. What we are going to do is remove the RAM boards and see what happens. Okay, did you see that? The lights on my graphics card flashed for were on for a second and went back off. Now also my power LED is blinking. The amount of times that it should, which I believe is 3. So, next, we're gonna pop that back out, and we're going to put in RAM board number 1. Excuse me. Now let's see what happens. Bingo, it's fixed. But I want both RAM cards. So it's either a problem with the RAM card, possibly, the slot, or the stick. Okay, the lights on the graphics card are staying lit. And the machine isn't having its GPU fan spin back down. So, now we're going to try the suspected good RAM board in the slot that the other one was in and see what happens. It might not even turn on because it's in the second slot, I don't know. Still nothing. Huh. Okay. So now let's just take the RAM from the other RAM board and put it into here and see what happens. See if it's a bad RAM stick or if it's just overall the board. Okay, and as a final measure, I'm going to test this other RAM board I have that we're going to be popping in if the other one's bad. So now if it posts again, we're fine. Cool, okay, so it is a bad RAM board. And I was doing research before I ordered the RAM board. I actually found five of these for like 35 bucks, and then 10 for shipping. And they came with 4 512 meg sticks in them. I'm using that high capacity, but still, it's not that bad. So now we can safely say, I believe, that the faulty part in this Mac is the RAM board. It's nothing too special. Get some good lighting on it. It's just a board with 4 RAM slots on it. So there's that. This is dead. Let's put this over here. And now I'm gonna take this new RAM board and I'll pop out and try and get a better look for you guys for this, so it's a little bit closer. I'm doing the whole swappy of the RAM. Okay, now that I have the better angle, we are going to work on these RAM boards and get them ready. So I'm just gonna pop out these 512 meg sticks because these can just go into my RAM bin that I have. And I'm gonna pop this back in here. These are what I believe are the factory ones because they're the only 2 512 meg sticks in the machine. Okay, make sure that the rest of these clips are open. There we go. And now these are all 2 gig sticks. And we're going to be popping these boys into here. So this thing will have a total of 13 gigabytes of RAM. And it's gonna run, I'm gonna have it run Mac OS 10.7 Lion, I believe is what it's named. All right, so now that those RAM boards, so that RAM board situation is done, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop the finalized RAM boards into the machine and just check it one more time and see if it goes ding. If it does, we're good. Cool, that's a good sign. Oh, good. It took longer than usual. I was starting to freak out a tiny bit, eh? Okay, so now there's... Okay, that's good. We now have 13 gigabytes of RAM in our Mac Pro. Now, Apple officially supported 16 gigabytes from the factory back in 2006 for these. But people have been able to run up to 32, I believe. Okay, so we're gonna leave in this graphics card, which is the Editior Radeon X1900 XT, because this was the most powerful card that you could configure this machine with from the factory. So that is the card that we are going to be sticking with. I do have a Radeon 4870 that I could use, but it's not the Mac version, and I don't feel like flashing the graphics card. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so now that the RAM is upgraded and we already discussed them leaving the card, we are going to put in 4 hard drives. Now this thing came from the factory with a single 250 gigabyte hard drive. Now we will be putting in a 250 gig hard drive. Matter of fact, we're putting in 2 250 gig hard drives for these. So there's 2 250 gig hard drives, a 120 gigabyte hard drive, and finally a 160 gigabyte hard drive. Why? Because I want to. Do I need this much storage here? No, I could probably get away with a single 40 gig hard drive if I wanted to, just because it's gonna go be back in the box. But, excuse me again, I want to have this Mac be very powerful. So that's what we're going to do. Now, to put hard drives into your Mac Pro, you need a screwdriver, hard drives, and screws. Okay, this is caddy number 4. We're going to put the 160 gigabyte Mac Store Diamond Max plus 9 160 gig SATA 150 hard drive into the system. This is a 120 gigabyte Seagate hard drive. That's just marks from it passing back in the day, and that iPhone's supposed to have autofocus. But this one's needing my help to focus. Now for drive number 3. Right. Yep, carry forward, then 3, then 2. Okay. And this one is a Samsung drive. Once again, it's 250 gigabyte. Focus. There we go. Awesome job. And finally, hard drive number 4. This was one that the OS is going to be installed on. It's a standard Seagate again. Nothing too special. There. Okay, so now that we have all 4 hard drives in their caddies, we're going to put them in the machine. Unlock. Drive 1. Drive 2. There's 500 gigs of storage. 500, 620, 620, plus 160, 620, 720, 720, 20 plus 60. We have 780 gigabytes of storage in here. That's not including formatting and all that. So probably around 750 after formatting. And the last thing we're going to do is just check my CMOS battery or clock battery. Find our PCIe latch, pull it up, and then pull the card out like this. Okay, let's get up now a nice close-up shot of the card. It's nice and clean. These X1900 XTs are known for being very dusty. They cake up with dust. I told myself I wouldn't trip on tripod. And these are known for caking up with dust, as I said, but this one's nice and clean. Now we're just gonna take a flathead screwdriver. Oh, it's one of those kind. Okay, so now we're just gonna take it and put it in our handy dandy battery tester. It's on lithium 3 volt. And it's good. Cool. Okay, so we have successfully upgraded my Mac Pro, but one last thing we need to do is power it on one last time, see if it still works, and listen to those hard drives spin. I don't know if that should still be spinning all that way. Okay. I'm gonna go get a monitor so we can test this out. Okay, so now that we have our second monitor that I just grabbed out of my garage, we're going to set it up and test the Mac Pro, see if it posts. And if it posts, that's good. It's obviously not going to boot up because we just replaced all 4 hard drives. There's no operating system on this thing. I don't think that should be up that loud though. My graphics card fan should have calmed down by now. No signal. That's troubling. Why is it no signal? Try reseating my graphics card. Now, let's put my graphics card back in. I can't really see down there and see if it went in all the way, but I don't think it did. So it did that time. Okay, now we're going to plug in my GPU power. So unlock that because I want to. Where is plug? There is plug. Okay. Now, in comes that. Now, where did I put my little GPU bracket thing? I just lost it. It disappeared. GPU support thing just vanished. Oh. I gotta sight off to the side. Let's test this thing again. Power in. There we go. Okay, my graphics card did just need to be reseated. Scared me there for a second. I'm pretty sure we can call this project done, because it is upgraded and repaired, because it wouldn't do that when I got it. It wouldn't even show anything on screen because the RAM port was dead. As we replaced, we fixed it, we upgraded the RAM, upgraded the storage, put in a new disk drive. We did basically everything to it except for the graphics card and stuff and CPUs. I'm not touching those. As we can see, this video was a complete success, unlike the last one where we were unable to repair that Sun Microsystems CRT. As you can see, it is a stupid lip on my table. It is a fully upgraded, at least for me, fully upgraded Mac Pro 1.1 in very decent shape. Very good shape, actually. I got it for $80 in the box. We have a fully restored Mac Pro. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button. If you didn't, hit that button as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.